So recently, there's been some big drama with Damien's dad, Damien Cryer, and his ex-girlfriend, Erica.
Where she tried to run me down in my garage and tried to kill me.
Getting thrown out of his house because he don't want me to be there. Like, throwing me and my son out his house. That's the real reason we not there. Because he put me out his house.
About last week, she released a video allegedly exposing Damien and their family secrets and talking about how he has allegedly been abusing her. She also released some videos as well. All these videos have been taken down and I have been able to download all of them. And you guys have been in my DMs asking my thoughts on the whole situation, as I am friends with Erica. And there's also videos of Damien kicking Erica out, which I will show you in this series. I also will go through everything, what happened to before the hotel, after, and break it all down. So this is going to be a series, guys, so make sure you wait until my final video, which will have my final conclusion. And I really do suggest to watch the whole thing before making a decision for yourself. So let's get straight into the drama. So you guys should know who Damien Cryer is. I did a video on him last year when another couple confronted Damien, but Damien Cryer was there, not Damien and Bianca, about a contract that he had with them. To me, Damien Cryer didn't seem to be a problematic dude. He did act all rah-rah only when Damien showed up in that video. And people are suspecting that he was the one that spray painted Damien's car colorless with the fake spray paint. Erica, I've also spoken about on this channel, is the police officer that lost her job due to Von Chrissel's basically taking her car allegedly without her knowing, with her police badge and the like siren or light thing, and pulling people over. If you want to know about that, links to those videos will be in the description below. Talk about how Erica and Damien started talking. From what I know, I believe it was over a DM on one of the social media platforms, and they started talking from then and talking about doing collaborations and stuff like that. And of course, as a friend, I'm like, yeah, do you, of course, be careful. It's Damien Cryer and you are who you hang out with. You know, we already know how problematic the Prince family and Von and all of them are. Then after a while, Damien started talking to her, showing interest in her. And I remember her telling me she wasn't sure because she's like the age thing, you know? Oh, he's 50, I'm only this age. I mean, I think that's her first time like having something for an older man, and she really was unsure. And I remember talking to her about it and like, look, if he treats you good and he's good, then he's good, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm like, you know, but make sure he's good because, again, he's a part of that group. At first, she was like, nah, I'm not into him. But then afterwards, things started to change and she really liked him. And she was like, he's so good, Martin. He's this and that. And I'm like, damn, he must be a really good guy. Like, Eric is telling me good things about him. So I'm just like, wow, he must be a really good guy. And it convinced me that he's not like the rest of like Von and them, and I guess not like his son or whatever. Because in my head, I'm like, you know, be careful. He might, you know, you got to be careful with these YouTubers, right? But yeah, Erica definitely had a lot of love for this man. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the problems that they had in the relationship, but I want you to know and keep in mind these are not in order, okay? Because I personally don't remember the order of the problems and the drama and everything that they have. I do know the kicking out and all that, and him showing signs of being jealous of her son or whatever or not, was like later on in the relationship, a bit further deeper down. I do remember that for sure. So a lot of this, what I'm about to show you, isn't in particular order. Apparently, he was talking to other women.
They lied about who he was talking to, who he, and all this other stuff. And I'm sitting up here looking at his Facebook Messenger on his phone. You spent 2 hours on the phone with this person. No, they're lying. How is Facebook Messenger gonna lie on you?
Another problem it looks like they had is that his friends and family, I guess, felt that she was dangerous.
I don't know if it's his son that's doing it, but they like, no, she's dangerous, which I've been dangerous since day one because I'm cool with Diamond and I'm cool with Martin. He said that his son always tell him that I'm dangerous.
Which honestly, I wouldn't think Erica's dangerous because she talks so highly of Damien Cryer. So like, You know what I mean? Until later on and problems started coming. But I do remember her telling me this, that Damien Cryer would say that his family would say good things about her, and then they'll say that she's dangerous, so like flip-floppy kind of thing.
1 minute, he's saying that his kids are asking about me and that they starting to warm up to me and stuff like that. And then the next day he's like, oh, they don't trust you because of Martin and Diamond. This man had told me he didn't want me. All this stuff. That's why nobody liked me. All this stuff.
One of the problems as well is that Damien Cryer kept on kicking her out.
But this ain't the first time it's happened. I done got hotels and shit. When y'all see me in hotels, it's because this nigga put me out his house. Because he didn't want me there. My mama had to drive 3 hours to get all my stuff out his house. That's how he got that bedroom set.
Which is true. Damien Cryer had kicked her out a few times and she had to go and stay in a hotel. That's something she definitely spoke about with me. She says she would never come back to him, but she ends up going back and she'll be like, oh, he said he was sorry, he was gonna change and all this shit.
Who put a mother and her 7-year-old son out his house? It's him. It's not the women. It's his ass.
That's something that also happened as well. I remember her calling me up crying. She's like, I've been in the car all morning. Because I remember her telling me that I'm still here. I'm trying to get my wallet, etc. so I can go get a hotel.
Me and my son slept in my car and he knew that. He wouldn't let me back in the house to get my wallet so that I can get a hotel.
I remember her telling me that, and I remember like, yo, you cannot go back to this man. And it was a while until she eventually started talking to him again, because he said he's changed. And I remember telling Erica as well, I'm like, Erica, unless he makes big improvements, like go see a counselor and shows actions that he's changed, don't accept him back. But I don't know what he did. If he said he was going to do counseling or something, he was able to convince Erica that he was this good guy, he's changing.
We'll go 2 or 3 days without talking to each other. Then he'll call me and say, you know what? And like, oh, I miss you, and you know, I really want to be with you. Yes, when we get into it, I do overreact sometimes. This man done broke lamps, remotes, everything, threw chairs, all that. And then even then, I still try to be like, okay, maybe he was angry to say that. Excellent manipulator. He tell you what you want to hear just to get what he want out of it, and then he just continue to do the same thing. And he's so manipulative, he'll have you thinking that it's you. Because for a second I was like, dang, is me? Like, I don't like the way you talk to me. You're so controlling. You're disrespectful.
Erica talks about doing a lot of things for him.
I done everything for this man. Everything.
Now here's a video footage of Damien Cryer kicking Erica out of the house. At first I was not going to release this, but Damien did say in his video,
release the footage, please. Release the footage. Bring it. Bring the footage.
And he also said in the video when he was kicking her out,
record it. Turn it on so Diamond and everybody can see this.
because at first I was like, it's not really my place to release this video, but since he gave permission.
All you had to do was say, yes, you agree to leave me alone tonight. Go in the room and lay down. But you couldn't even do that. I have nothing to lose by doing what I'm doing. You're gonna do.
So is my stuff
you're gonna do
stay
your
out there?
video. Your shit gotta go tonight, man. I tried to respect you by letting you in, giving you a place to stay. You sitting on my couch, laughing at me in my face, being funny, being disrespectful.
Because
to
you're
me.
cussing at
The
me.
only way I'm gonna get rid of you is if I put you out and I don't have to hear what you. I don't have to hear what you no more. Nothing. Your couch, everything. I'm dragging everything out tonight. Now, can you leave me the fuck alone so I can chill out and get some sleep? Yes or no?
Damien, I'm not bothering you.
I guess it means no.
So you just want me to say yes, huh?
You can't say it.
That's a control thing,
I'm not
baby.
bringing nothing back in. This is all I gotta go, baby. All of it. I'm not playing with you. One thing I don't do is play games.
See, why are you damaging my stuff?
God is my witness. One thing about me, Damien Cryer, I don't play games.
Wow.
Wow. Record it. Turn it on so Diamond and everybody can see this. Turn it on. You want to play little games with me, man? I'm going to show you. I tried to give a fuck just for a minute. At least let you get some sleep. You want to appreciate it, man. You want to appreciate it. Your mom didn't get here in the morning. This should already be out here. The mattress, blanket, everything. All of it will be outside. I don't like to play games, man. I don't like to. I try to be respectful to you, try to give you the benefit of the doubt, and it backfires on me. I'm gonna break some shit. I'm gonna set it up all nice and neat. You could have just let me lay on my couch and go to sleep in my house.
Those are brand new mattresses.
I don't give a fuck. You couldn't answer the question, yes or no. So I don't give a fuck about nothing new or old. All you gotta do is say yes. I will respect you and let you get some sleep, Damien. You couldn't do that. So I'm gonna show you that dog ass nigga that you want to expose on YouTube. I'm gonna show you how much of a dog ass nigga I am. Because I don't give a shit.
I didn't even say anything about exposing you on YouTube,
No,
Damien.
it's cool, man. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Now, what if my stuff is not here tomorrow?
I guess that's your problem.
Damien, are you really putting my stuff out?
Yes, I am.
Damien, I haven't disrespected
Respect
you not
goes
one
a long way,
time.
Erica. This ain't about kissing ass. It's about respect. Now
Damien, I haven't disrespected
Now
you.
you can laugh at me now, like you just did over there. You can laugh at me all you want now. Y'all can laugh at me all y'all want. I know what's coming. Do it. I don't care. As long as I got my peace back tomorrow, that's all I care about.
Can you put my stuff back in here,
I'm
please?
not putting shit in here. I asked your ass, can you respect me tonight? And you couldn't say yes or no.
Because I always respect you.
No,
So
no.
yes, the answer is yes because I always respect you.
Okay, then help me bring this back in. You can't do that. I'm gonna close my motherfucking doors. Because you could have said this 10 minutes ago and prevented me from doing all this. So, you help me or the shit's sitting?
I gotta throw up.
You can't help me.
Yeah. Right? A lot of the times Erica would tell me that he will pick arguments for no reason, like over the most stupidest, pettiest ish.
Let me tell y'all this man's definition of disrespect. You know how like your kids ask you a question and you be like, what the hell? Like, why is you asking me a question and I'm the parent? You know what I'm saying? That's the type of mind frame that he have. So one day he looked like he woke up early that morning and it looked like he was in a hurry. So I'm like, well, he didn't tell me he was going over his son's house today. So I asked him a simple question. I was like, are you about to get ready to leave? Why are you always asking me questions? You're so controlling. You know what? I don't want to be around you. I'm finna go to Damon's house. And I'm sitting up there like, what the fuck?
Like, wow, like he sounds really crazy. Like the way she told me, he would start yelling, start screaming, doing manipulative shit like this, as you've seen in the video.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Love by Erica, and I'm back again. Are you trying to sabotage me or something? You're not even looking at the camera.
Sabotage you? I'm not.
You're looking off.
Bruh. Are you going to control me or are you going to do the video? I'm looking at the camera. I'm
But
smiling,
I don't ever
but you
act like that in your videos. But
Erica, we just literally got into it a second ago. What you expect me to do? Just change? I'm trying. I got a video in the house to do. Let's just do the video, man. You wasting my time with this. This is what I mean by energy levels, man. We rush and force stuff and then this happens.
So is it my fault?
No,
that we're
it's
rushing,
not.
or is it
I'm
yours?
trying to. Listen, you got one more time or I'm going to get out the car and I'm going to go in the house and finish doing what I'm doing.
Go do it. You're like, I give a damn.
Then he talks about of her son.
We'll be good for like 3 or 4 days, but then it seemed like every time I would go get my son, he would pick an argument on purpose just to put both of us out. So then I started seeing a pattern, and I'm like, well, damn, does he not like my son? So I told him to his face right there in front of my son, if you got a problem with my son, you know what? To hell with you, because we're a package deal. My son ain't done nothing to nobody.
I do remember her telling me this. This was like deeper into the relationship because he would do petty-ish. Like, for example, they'll be arguing and he'll leave the door open so her son could hear type of ish when she would try to close the door, stuff like that. And there's a lot of other situations as well. She would tell me like him saying, like calling the cops on her, making up bullshit, saying stuff that claiming she did stuff that she never did.
This nigga was gonna tell the police I hit him. Let me tell y'all something. As a police officer, it looks bad as hell when the police get called on you, right? This Negro was sit up there every time he would tell me to get out of his house. Nigga, at one point I was like, I'm not going nowhere. I didn't put all these groceries up in here. I didn't pay this. I didn't all my furniture up in here. And you want me to get up out of here? I'm not going nowhere. Because whenever he would get mad, he would go straight to my keys and he would take his keys off my keys or whatever. So one day I was like, I'm not going nowhere. You want me to get out? Then you can go. I didn't see so many U-Hauls, y'all. I didn't see so many storage buildings. One day, This nigga took it upon himself to go get my stuff out of the storage, and that same day told me and my son to get out his house.
Damien also confirmed this, that he did call the police on her.
It's absolutely true. I had to call the police on her on multiple occasions because she wouldn't leave. What do you do if you ask them to leave your house? Do you just sit there and let them do what they want? And if you ask them to leave time and time again, they won't leave? What do you do? I had no choice but to call the police. So that didn't happen on a couple occasions. So my back was against the wall, so I had no choice whatsoever. I called 911.
I think she told me she paid for his groceries, gave him a lot of money. And that's like another thing as well. I feel like she was fighting for him and trying to make it work because she gave so much. And that comes down to not having a proper relationship with yourself. I definitely feel that Erica needs to heal and develop a better relationship with herself, because I feel like if she had a good relationship with herself, she wouldn't end up in this situation that she was in.
I would have left my son out of it. My son didn't see this man shove me into a wall, and I could have beat his ass knowing I got law enforcement training. I could have called the cops on him knowing that I have the right to do that as a woman, and I didn't. I was pregnant then.
I remember her telling me this. I also remember her saying, if you touch me again, I'll shoot your ass. And she also said that in her life.
Ain't no nigga ever hit me, and I told him that. You hit me and you know I'm a licensed police officer, I'ma shoot your ass. That's what I told him. Oh, you threatened me. You said you was gonna blow my head off. I never said I was gonna blow your head off. I said if you hit me, I'ma shoot your ass. That's what I said.
Damien said that it was never physical.
We've had our arguments. Never physical, not once. Now she may go on her live and say, which I think that she did say something in her live.
Definitely feel that did happen, and I'll tell you later on in my conclusion why.
Damn didn't see more than what a 7-year-old should ever see in this man's house. That man's house is cold, it's dark, it's just like Satan.
Oh, this is, I love Erica, I'm sorry. I love Erica so much. It's like Satan in there.
And don't get, y'all, I'm always reading the Bible and stuff. Why this man gonna sit up there and tell me, your God and your Bible? And that wasn't the first time he said it.
He also talked about him being very stingy with his money.
To mention, the very first time we went to Indiana to go visit Damien, I cashed out this man $1,000 because he didn't have no money. Then I gave him cash. You get what I'm saying? Then I spent over $800 for the hotel room. He didn't even touch the goddamn $1,000 I gave him. You get what I'm saying? Yes, me. I'm that type. When a nigga play like he ain't got no money.
Erica is very giving. She's a very giving person. And she's definitely, I definitely felt she gave way too much to Damien. She was putting a lot more effort into the relationship from what it looks like.
One time, I didn't want to sleep in the same bed with him because I had so much on my mind. I got up, I called my pastor at 3 in the morning, and my pastor is actually related to me, like close kin. And go back in there. And he just gonna jump up and this is why I can't trust you and all this other stuff. He's very insecure. Everything that he was accusing me of is everything that he is.
Apparently he wanted her to get a gun under her name.
And then thought I was gonna be stupid enough to put a gun in my name for him, and he mess around and shoot and kill somebody, and then I go down for it. Cause you ain't supposed to be around no guns, cause you a felon.
Yeah, there were times that she didn't leave because she wanted to get her things, wanted to like organize to get a place to stay, etc.
I'm gonna get out his house with my son. Every time we like get into it, he'll be like, get the fuck out my house. He'll go to my key ring where I have a whole bunch of keys and take his 2 keys off of it. And I was like, I'm not going nowhere. I can give me a U-Haul and a storage unit tomorrow, and my mama can come back up here and get me. My mama came to Houston twice, y'all. He called the cops on me. And if I hadn't been on the phone with his 2 cousins from Indiana that he's close with, don't you know I would have went to jail? And I had my son because this nigga gonna tell the cops that I hit him and I was nowhere near him. Damien and Bianca had showed up in their G-Wagon and stuff because he was on the phone with them, manipulating them, telling them that, oh, she won't get out the house, she ain't really pregnant, like all this other stuff. I peed on the stick right there in front of you. Then told his cousins, they heard him, I hope she have a miscarriage. Took my mirror off the the what's it called, the dresser, broke it. Don't you know it's 7 years of bad luck if you break a mirror? I hope you enjoy these last 50 years.
Allegedly, Erica tried to run Damien over and tried to kill him.
Where she tried to run me down in my garage and tried to kill me. During the time, I was asking her to leave and she wouldn't leave. I had to call the police. Had happened and she ended up coming back. And we had reworked out things. And the situation happened where I asked her to leave. Said, listen, you should just leave because this is BS, you know. So she did, and on the way out, she claimed it was dark. But when somebody backs their car up, put their car in reverse and backs their car up out the garage, and the garage is clear. I got my hand on the door opener like this, finna press the door to close the garage. I'm finna close the garage. And the dent is in my garage right now to this day. It's still there. As I'm closing the garage, she came flying back in and aimed the car right in my direction and hit the brakes. And I jumped back like, oh, you finna freaking hit me. So I picked a trash bag up or whatever I could to throw at her car.
She was like, he said I tried to run him over. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, I definitely remember Erica having that conversation with me saying I did not try to run him over. He's saying I tried to run him over. Also, Damien Cryer would secretly record her. I remember her telling me that. And I remember telling her, yo, when you get into these situations with him, record it. Because I feel like he was saying stuff that got her worried, like, oh my God, he's gonna make a video or try to make me look a certain way. And I just told her, yo, make sure you record everything every time something happens. Keep a data of everything. And of course, Erica didn't listen to me. She did a few times and did record something.
Was secretly recording me. His voice would change. He'll do something to like manipulate or whatever, or he'll do something to not manipulate. He'll do something to provoke. And then when I like yell at him or something like that, his whole voice would change. And then I look down at his pants and he recording, got his phone secretly hidden in his pocket.
Apparently, he wished her to have a miscarriage.
This nigga said he wanted me to have a miscarriage. Like, what type of man are you to say something like that? And then the next day, I started bleeding. Then you stepped there looking crazy. Then he tell his cousins in Indiana, I knew the baby was mine. She just pissed me off and I was just saying stuff.
It seems like he was also very annoyed with Erica's son.
Why is Cam in here? That's the reason why we went to go get Darian so he can go in there and play with him. And I said, excuse you, Cam is fine.